had a little mustache, big mustache, not little, big mustache, always with a little hat, a little suitcase, and he'd always say, kitty kitty. And so they named him Kitty Kitty. And he was always around, poor old cuss. Oh, that Saturday night, boy, he'd head down through. You could tell he was pretty well in the weeds. So this one Saturday night, he was going down. I always stopped in Aunt May's, but he didn't. I don't know if he stopped there that Saturday night. But he went down. Of course, he was loaded, no electricity, had the lamp, and he must have hit the lamp, and the little cabin caught on fire. Mm. And of course, he was in it. That was the end of him. Mm. So, anyways, I can still remember. Oh no, that was with Tony up here. Oh, they all was around. We kept saying, "Oh, is he in there?" I said, "It must be in there." So the next morning, they went all through the ashes, and they found that he was there. Well, anyways, that was the end of that little house, and everybody felt so bad because he always used to say, "Kitty, run, make little noise," and all like that. And boy, that was a blaze. Could see it all over. Then up here there was another little house, and Tony Marcon lived there. He had married and had children, but he was drinking, and the wife and him broke up. So he used to always go up, and of course your grandmother and Lena were something. So he would take and build a little hole and put his wine, liquor and everything in that hole to keep it cool. So one day he came down here and he said, oh, he couldn't wait to go home to have this bottle and everything. And Tony Succo was here. I lived down here where, you know, where that yellow house.
Yeah.
So he couldn't wait to go home and have it. So Tony was here. And so your mother, her grandmother, and Lena, they watched him. He was going up and couldn't wait to get it. Oh, what the hell did they do but go up and steal it on them. They didn't want it or anything, but they were hellers, boy. My mother used to get so mad at them. Where did I get just to be like that? And anyhow, they went up next door. Oh, the next day he came down. He was the man. He always hated the Lowells because he figured it was them. They didn't have a thing to do with it. Well, anyways, they had this little bottle. They didn't know what to do with it. They didn't want it. So another time, my mother went away somewhere. Her Mary was the chauffeur. Mrs. the Barberry and all of them used to go down to Waterbury shopping. So he was pretty well in the weeds. And your grandmother painted him up like you wouldn't believe. So right there, there was, they had a what did you call it, where a gate, like, where they put, you took it apart when you went through. So anyways, the poor cuss, he went to go up and he fell over that gate. And he laid there all painted up with lipstick and rouge. Oh, when my mother came home and found out, she was right up the wall with it. Oh, they used to do the damnedest things. So anyways, one night, the same thing happened on a Saturday night, and we were doing a room upstairs. And Peter went upstairs. He was going out on a Saturday night, taking off. And he happened to look up, and it was a blaze. And the little shandy, we used to call them little shandies. A little shandy was on fire, And Tony, of course, was in it. And he burnt just like the little Killikee too.
Wow.
So Peter runs up and tried to take him out, but it was so inflamed and everything, he couldn't get near it. So Victor Kilty, David knows who he was. You know the Kilty boys?
Yeah.
Well, their father was a cop. Oh, the next morning he comes in asking all kinds of questions. So he did all his report in on the dining room. And that's what happened to him too. Oh, but they were hellers, boy. Ah.